They called me cursed, the girl abandoned at birth, left to starve in the ruins of a forgotten temple. I grew up in shadows, feeding on roots and bitter leaves, drinking rainwater from cracked stone, stealing scraps from wild beasts when hunger clawed too deep. My bones were sharp, my hands blistered, my voice hoarse from silence. No one came searching for me. No one whispered my name. I thought I was nobody, just another broken soul the world had thrown away. But the night the skies cracked open, I learned the truth. I was never nobody. I was the bride of a god. It began with fire. A storm ripped across the mountains, not of thunder, but of flame. Lightning didn't flash, fire did. Villages far below screamed of burning skies, but I stood alone on the crumbling temple steps, watching the inferno crawl toward me. The heat scorched my skin, yet I couldn't look away. And out of the fire came him, the Dragon King. His wings stretched wider than cities, his scales shimmered like molten gold, and his eyes burned hotter than suns. The earth trembled beneath his landing, mountains splitting, trees bending like reeds in a storm. And then, he looked at me. "You?" he rumbled, his voice shaking stone and sky. "I have searched centuries for you." I thought he was mad. I was just a girl in rags, barefoot and scarred, a shadow of survival. But then the fire shifted. The beast melted, wings folding into flesh, and before me stood a man. Tall, terrible in beauty. His hair fell black as midnight, his skin traced with faint glowing lines like rivers of fire, and his eyes were embers that had waited lifetimes. He stepped closer, and with a motion that broke every law of kings and gods, he knelt. A crown of flame shimmered in his hands as he lowered it at my feet. "You are mine," he said, "my queen, my soul." The one stolen from me, I laughed, a sharp, broken sound. "I am nothing." But when his fire touched my skin, it didn't burn. It awoke something, a storm inside me. Memories I didn't know I carried bled into me. Memories not my own. I remembered standing beside him in another life. I remembered fire weddings under shattered moons, my hand bound to his in flames that no water could quench. I remembered betrayal, a curse cast by jealous gods, meant to tear us apart, to strip me of my power and bury me in mortal flesh. And I remembered the vow. When the bride of the Dragon King awakens, the world will bow or burn. My knees buckled. My heart thundered. The truth terrified me, because the Dragon King was not just my savior. He was war incarnate. He slaughtered kingdoms that defied him. He turned oceans to steam, mountains to ash. Priests called him the harbinger of the world's end. His enemies named him a monster, and perhaps they were right. But when he looked at me, it wasn't as a tyrant looks at prey. It was as a broken man looks at the only thing that can heal him. The world hated me before. Now it feared me. Every lord, every priest, every hunter with a silver blade swore to kill me before I could reclaim my throne beside him. They said if I united with the Dragon King, no mortal would survive our reign. And maybe they were right, because when his arms closed around me, when his lips claimed mine with fire and fury, I didn't feel fear. I felt hunger. I felt power. I felt like the queen I had once been. Yet part of me rebelled. Could I love a monster? Could I become one myself? I tested him. I challenged him. I whispered defiance in the shadows of his throne room, knowing his warriors trembled at even his silence. But to me, he never raised a hand. Instead, he bared his truth. The Dragon King was not only fury, he was lonely, broken. He had burned the world not for conquest, but for me. Every kingdom he raised, every soul he scattered to ash, it was all because he had lost his bride. And now that I was back, he would burn 10,000 more if it meant keeping me. I remember one night most of all. I stood on the balcony of his fortress, the city below glowing with fear. He came to me quietly, no fire, no crown, no wings. Just a man. His hand brushed mine, rough and warm. "I have been called a monster," he said, his voice low. "But if loving you makes me one, then let the world scream monster until its last breath." My heart trembled. My soul screamed to run. But my body leaned into him. And when his mouth met mine, gods forgive me, I kissed him back. The world may call me cursed. They may hunt me. They may beg me to betray him. But I know who I am now. I am not a forgotten orphan. I am not a girl in rags. I am fire reborn. I am the bride of the Dragon King. And together, we will set the world on fire. If you enjoy this story, hit the subscribe button for more stories like this.